Hello students, welcome to the session. I am Mr. M.H. Mota, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. This session is on air pollution. The outcome of this session. At the end of this session, you will be in a position to explain the basic information about the air pollution. So air pollution can be defined as the presence in the outdoor atmosphere of one or more air contaminants in sufficient quantities of such characteristics and of such duration as to be or threaten to be injurious to human, plant or animal life or to property, or which reasonably interferes with the comfortable enjoyment of life or property. So the various things included in the definition are to be understood critically. One is that the air pollution states the quality of atmosphere which is outdoor. Second is that the degradation of the quality or air pollution might be something that is the resultant of one or more air contaminant presence. That too in that much quantity and two of such characteristics, and once again is present for a reasonable duration so as to affect the human, plant or animal life, along with the effect on the property, and once again which interferes with comfortable enjoyment of life or property. So these all are the aspects which are to be mentioned if one is defining the air pollution. This table represents the composition and structure of atmosphere that is present outdoor, in which, as we are aware, the nitrogen is present in a proportion of around 78%, while around 21% is the oxygen that is present in an air, and all other things like argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, methane, hydrogen, krypton, etc. are present comparatively in very small concentration. Well, this figure represents the temperature profile of the atmosphere. Once again, atmosphere is divided into four parts. So near Earth, where we all exist, is the troposphere. Above troposphere exists the stratosphere. Above stratosphere, mesosphere exists, and then above that something which is called as a thermosphere exists, and in that there is the variation of the temperature which is there. So troposphere, generally the temperature is around 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, and as we go at higher elevation, temperature starts dropping. So that happens in the troposphere, while in stratosphere once again there is a change in the temperature profile, and as we go higher in stratosphere, the temperature starts increasing. After that, once again in mesosphere, exactly reversal of the temperature profile can be viewed, where as the as the elevation increases, once again the temperature starts decreasing. And in thermosphere, the temperature is very high, and it keeps on increasing up to a certain level and then becomes stable, which is in a range of more than 1000 or 1200 degrees Celsius. So some facts must be known, that is about the air pollution, that ozone layer in stratosphere is being depleted. The amount of tropospheric carbon dioxide is increasing at a rate of around 1.8 mg per meter cube, and this process is not reversible. Please remember, there is an equivalent decrease in the atmospheric oxygen that is taking place. There are more than 700 billion tons of carbon in the form of carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere, and in each year this figure is increasing at a rate of 2.3 billion tons, so which is around 3% per decade. And as a resultant of that, the temperature of Earth is even increasing. So the sources of air pollution, as we are commonly aware that the different sources of air pollutions or pollutants are transportation, the fuel combustion from stationary sources like power generation houses or heating, then the industrial processes, uncontrolled solid waste disposal, which is resulting in the formation of greenhouse gas like methane, and there are certain miscellaneous sources are available, which are in the form of forest fire or agricultural burning. So, on the basis of the pollutants, the air pollutants can be classified into different heads. The primary classification is based on their origin, rather it is either natural source or anthropogenic source. So accordingly, they can be natural contaminants or anthropogenic contaminants. Natural contaminant means that pollutant has been emitted by a certain natural process, while anthropogenic means man-made. So that particular pollutant is emitted into an atmosphere by a certain man-made activity. According to origin, the pollutants can be classified as primary or secondary. Secondary pollutants are the pollutants which have been formed because of the interaction of different primary pollutants. So secondary pollutants can be more dangerous, and they are rather needs to be taken care of with more critical actions. According to chemical compositions, the pollutants are divided as organic and inorganic air pollutants. While according to state of matter, the pollutants can be divided under the different classes like particulate pollutants or solid pollutants, gaseous pollutants, and liquid pollutants. So it is estimated that anthropogenic sources have changed the composition of global air by less than 0.01%. However, it is widely accepted that even a small change can have a significant adverse effect on the climate, ecosystem, and species on the planets. We all are experiencing that. Examples of these are the acid rains, ozone in the lower atmosphere, and photochemical smogs. The major pollutants produced by human activity includes the primary pollutants like oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, carbon monoxides, carbon dioxide, volatile organic compounds, and particulate matter, and secondary pollutants like sulfuric acid, ozone, formaldehydes, and PAN or paroxyacetyl nitrate. The major globally felt issues are the global warming and climate change, acid rain, and ozone depletion, and these have been occurred only due to the uncontrolled air pollution. The climate change and global warming. The major reason for that is the greenhouse gas. The various greenhouse gases includes the carbon dioxide, which is responsible for 60% of the overall greenhouse effect. But along with that, there are the gases like methane, oxides of nitrogen, and chlorofluorocarbon, sulfur hexafluorides, which are even responsible for say climate change and global warming. Rather, the thing like methane is 21 times more harmful than CO2. It means that the effect that has been created by 21 tons of carbon dioxide, the equivalent dreadful say effect can be possibly done by 1 ton of methane, while 1 ton of oxides of nitrogen can equivalently damage the earth as the 390 tons of carbon dioxide can done, while chlorofluorocarbon is the strongest among that, and it is around 7,000 times more harmful greenhouse gas than the carbon dioxide. So average carbon dioxide volume in atmosphere is increased from 316 part per million volumetrically in 1959 to 379 parts per million volumetrically in 2006. The largest single year jump was observed in 1997-98, while Earth temperature has on average has increased 1 degree Celsius in last 100 years, and because of that The water level in ocean has gone up by 15 centimeter. The major reasons behind that are the excessive burning of fossil fuel and deforestation, the large-scale decomposition of organic matter which has been discharged uh, unknowingly or carelessly onto the solid waste depots, and use and subsequent release of chlorofluorocarbon from refrigeration and air conditioning units. Second is the acid rain. The clean rainfall in a pollution-free atmosphere is slightly acidic, but the acid rain, when we are calling it, its pH is dropped down drastically and it is below 5.6. So acid rain is a rain, snow or fog that is polluted by acid into the atmosphere and in process damages the environment. The main responsible pollutants are the oxides of sulfurs and nitrogens. The carbon dioxide dissolved in nitrogen creates carbonic acid. The sulfur oxide mixes with say water creates sulfuric acid, while the nitrogen oxides mixes with rainwater creates nitric acids, and they make the rain or the water very acidic in nature. They might have the pH as less as 3, which is very acidic, and such acids may carry thousands of miles from their source, polluting air, soil and water. The various effects of acid rain includes that it has a potential to convert forest into wastelands. They are very damaging to the trees, plants and crops. They acidify fresh water and affect the aquatic life and aquatic food chain. It induces respiratory illness in humans, while it inflicts irreversible damage on building, defaced the old treasure monuments, etc. The Taj Mahal is the example of such thing. Next is ozone depletion. It is the most dreaded aspect of air pollution. This problem is caused by the reduction of naturally available ozone layer in the atmosphere, which was acting as a shield for the entry of ultraviolet rays of sun. So the ozone layer situated in the stratosphere is about 15 to 30 km above the Earth's surface, and which acts as a protection layer by absorbing the harmful ultraviolet radiation of the sun. This ozone layer is being destroyed by the CFC and other substances and resulted in permitting the entry of the harmful ultraviolet rays into the atmosphere. The adverse effect of that includes skin cancer, eye damage, immune system damage, reduction in phytoplankton, damage to a DNA of various life forms like Antarctic ice fish. Then it interferes with photosynthesis to reduce the crop yield, and possibly other things too that we don't know about at this moment. So that's it for this session. Let's meet in next session for knowing more about the air pollution. Thank you for your patience learning, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe the channel. Thank you.